tonight, we're going to be reading chapter 15. And for tonight's EFT tapping, I am going to be doing a tapping meditation that is called Melt Away Stress for Full Body Relaxation. And it sounds as though this might be a great one for all of us this evening. And so I'm going to go ahead. Does anybody have any questions about tapping before we get started? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the tapping points on screen like I always do. Please go ahead and mute yourself if you are not already. And we will go ahead and begin the tapping meditation. Feel free to repeat out loud to yourself or silently to yourself with me after each. Okay, and we are going to be starting with the side of the hand. Even though I feel this tension in my body, I accept how I feel and I am open to relaxing. Even though I'm struggling to relax, I accept how I feel and I trust this process. Even though it is hard to let go of this tension, I honor how I feel and I allow myself to begin to relax. Eyebrow, this tension in my body. Side of the eye, these thoughts running through my mind. Under the eye, it is so hard to relax. Under the nose, when there is so much going on. Under the mouth, I don't feel like I can relax. Collarbone, until everything is done. Under the arm, I don't feel like I can relax. Top of the head, until I find all the answers I need. Eyebrow, so I've been holding on to this tension. Side of the eye, hoping this tension will leave me. Under the eye, to the answers that I need. Under the nose, but this strategy isn't working. Under the mouth, all of this tension. Collarbone is a heavy weight. Under the arm, that doesn't take me anywhere. Bless you. Top of the head. It feels so good to begin to let go. Eyebrow. I notice any remaining tension in my body. Side of the eye. And I begin to have a loving conversation with my body. Under the eye, hello body. Under the nose, I hear you. Under the mouth, I honor how you feel. Collarbone, you have been through a lot. Under the arm, and it is okay that you feel this way. Top of the head, it is safe to begin to let go. Eyebrow, you are safe. Side of the eye, I am here. Under the eye, and in this moment, Under the nose, there is nothing to do. Under the mouth, you don't even need to relax. Collarbone, relaxation just happens. Under the arm, as naturally as breathing. Top of the head, relaxing deeper and deeper. Eyebrow, right here, right now. Side of the eye, I am okay. Under the eye, I am at peace. Under the nose, I honor how my body feels. Under the mouth, and I relax at my own pace. Collarbone, it simply happens. Under the arm, I honor this process. Top of the head, by calming my thoughts. Eyebrow, I remember that I am safe. Side of the eye, everything will be okay. Under the eye, I trust in life. Under the nose, I trust in my own spiritual experience. Under the mouth, I am exactly who I am meant to be. Collarbone, my journey is unfolding. Under the arm, what I need will reveal itself at the perfect time. Top of the head, but right now, all I need to do, eyebrow, is nothing. Side of the eye, I trust this process. Under the eye, I allow my body to let go. Under the nose, it has been waiting for my permission. Under the mouth, I choose to relax now. Collarbone, it feels so easy. Under the arm, full body relaxation. Top of the head, it feels safe to simply let go. Okay, we're gonna take a deep open mouth breath in. Hold. And release. Hold. Open mouth breath in. Hold. And release. Okay. How's everyone doing? I did. I'm like, ooh, I'm in a mellow space right now. Okay, so where are we at? What are we doing? Let's see here. Okay, so with that, for those of you that came on during the meditation, I announced that I'm not going to be facilitating the next one. So we're going to pull the process that we're going to read tonight. And then we're also going to set intention and pull process that Sonia will be reading with you at the next meeting. So let's go ahead and set our intention for the best process for our highest good for this evening. All right, and for this evening, we will be reading chapter 15 and process 1. And let's go ahead and real quick set intention for the next meeting. All right, and for the next meeting, we will be reading chapter 16 and process 11. So the ones have it this evening.
And that's on April 11th also?
I believe so, yes, yes.
Fun.
Right? All right, so let me get these tucked away. Let's look and see. Andy, did you find process 1 already? You're really good. Oh, the rampage of appreciation. So that will be the process that we will be reading for tonight. I think that sounds very much in alignment with what we could use for this evening. And then on the 11th, you guys, we will be doing segment intending, process 11. Okay. So thank you so much for participating and helping us set up the space for the next meeting. And before we go further, this chapter is a very short one. And so I think what we will do is we'll split it up. We'll just do half page, half page, half page, half page. And then also I want to make sure, I know Donna, you've already shared that you will only be able to listen tonight. Is everybody else okay with participating in reading, or does anybody else need to not participate in reading?
I probably would rather not participate in reading. I'm kind of under the weather tonight.
Okay, sounds good. So I will
Thank
take you off of the list. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hi, yeah, I don't have the book, so I don't have any.
We actually put the book up on the screen.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay, and then if we get to it and you decide that you don't want to read, just simply say pass. Okay. So let me get there. Okay, so very short chapter, but very powerful words. Does anybody have any thoughts that you would like to share regarding what we just read? I mean,
I have a question.
okay.
So this expansion thing, okay. Can you give me like a layman's term of maybe like an example of, that has manifested in your life that, or anyone, while using this process, this expansion process? Because I feel like I live in a very like if something doesn't go like today, I had a couple of things just go completely wrong, and I really felt anxious about it. And when you read stuff like this, you want to allow the universe to expand. So I'm kind of wondering how that is. That's what I'm asking.
I'll give you a great example of expansion right now.
Thank you.
With what you just said, it's you. what you just said. I'm sure there was a time in the past in your life where you would have given us a story about specifically what didn't go right today, but instead you were really general and vague about it, which is something that I do when I'm talking about unwanted stuff with other people, because I don't want to bring up the vibration of all that unwanted crap again. And I don't want to go into details about it because that's a lot of times what Abraham teaches us. So right there, I think, I mean, I'm assuming there was a point earlier in your life, Mari, where you would have gone into details, but maybe I'm just assuming that. But that's where I saw the expansion right away. You're already doing it. Does that make sense?
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah, because I would have gone into detail and bored everybody to death and really not get anywhere except for, I think I got more by just okay, it is what it is, you know? It is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. That was a great observation.
My pleasure. You're welcome.
Can I just offer that maybe to make it a little more simple or layman terms, instead of saying expansion, maybe just think of awareness. Your awareness is heightened, or you're more conscious of how you're feeling, and or that you're not going to react as maybe you would in the past. Just a thought.
Thank you, Alice. Yeah, that's a good awareness. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of awareness lately. Yeah. Thank
So
you.
I think one of the things that Abraham is referring to when they are using the term expansion is I love that Alice pulled out that word awareness. It is a new awareness of this now expanded version of you, because you have now lived enough to recognize or realize a new preference. And so this new preferred space is your expanded version of self. And whether or not you enter that new space of your expanded version or not is whether or not you're playing with the resistance or giving up the resistance.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
that's where Mari, like the contrast or experience that you were having today that would be kind of a contrast also gives you an expanded awareness so that you can then go into what is it that you want instead of that, right? So yeah, we have to remember that the contrast is also giving us a gift so that we can learn more about what we do want and what we don't want, and then we can figure out how to align more with that what we want.
I have one maybe. This chapter reminds me that just having the awareness that when we're in alignment, when I'm in alignment, my spirit is going to ask automatically for what I need, and I don't have to figure it out. And for an example, in January, I fell and badly sprained and twisted my ankle and foot and kind of wrenched my entire body. And I was only getting to a certain area of healing. And I just, okay, God, tell me what I need, and ask and it's given. I don't need to figure this out. And what happened was I got a text I reached out to a friend of mine that does amazing body work. And I just felt that's what I needed, but I also know she has not been doing that work. She got in a very bad car accident 12 years ago and she stopped working. She wasn't able to do that work at all. And so she said, I really feel like you need unwinding. She was texting me this and I said, yeah, do you know anybody? And she said, I do that work. And I'm like, you're doing that work? I can help you. And so this is a huge miracle. She was almost paraplegic, and just for her to be able to do the work, and she's probably, I think, one of the best people on the planet can do this cranial sacral work. And so it is a huge miracle. So we've been working, I've had like 4 sessions with her, and I really feel my body is coming into alignment. And I thought, that is just such a perfect affirmation of the law of attraction, because my body was asking for it, but I also didn't think there's any way to do it, to get it. And I said, well, I don't know. Yes, I get it. That's what you want. And I don't have any way of giving that to you. And then she reached out, and we've been working, and it was just through my expanded willingness to say, I admit what I really need, what I really want is this cranial sacral work. And then it just came to me. I thought, I am going to remember that, because that was one of those amazing experiences of like, wow, this actually works. So that's chapter, because it's like I don't have to try to figure it out and make it happen. I just had that desire, and it came to me in a real miraculous, unexpected way. And it's a gift. She's only working with me. She doesn't work with anybody else. And it's only because we've had such a history of working together. She's helped me through a lot of other physical challenges. So it's a big blessing. But yeah, I love that it's asking, it's given, and it's about the expansion. When I expand into that place of knowing and allowing, then I can receive it in unexpected ways, better than I could have imagined, because I did not think it was possible.
That was a beautiful way to explain that. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing.
I hope that made sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. Any other thoughts or questions or ideas about this before we move into our process? All right. Let me go ahead and get process 1 pulled up for us. Ooh, the rampage of appreciation is such a powerful process.
It really is. It's one of the most powerful processes.
Yeah. I feel like that I know that for myself, I do a lot still get caught up in the circumstances and forget about the vibration versus the circumstance, And so I'm loving this process for right now, especially for where I'm headed into the unknown of just being called to the mountain. So this is going to be a good one for me to hang on to during these next few weeks for sure. Yeah. Anyone else have any thoughts on this process?
Excuse me. I think it's really important to remember that what we're reaching for when we're doing any of these processes is the feeling. And I know they're all processes. And so we're talking about words, we're talking about taking action, but the real goal in any of these processes is to find the feeling places, to change the feeling that you're having right now, find that new vibration and go for it. So that's why this particular process is so powerful, because it takes you right to the place where we're trying to go, which is appreciation, which is that super duper high flying disc, right? That's where we want to be. So if you're already pretty close, anytime this particular process will just take you the rest of the way. Just get on up there.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, just the only other thought I would add is just I listen to a lot of Abraham on YouTube, so I just, what comes to mind is how she says to self-soothe or to soothe yourself. So that's what kind of comes to mind when I hear this process. And again, I don't have the book. I want to read the book, or at least go through the audiobook. But yeah, I think of self-soothing when I hear this process.
Yeah. I feel like this is just exactly what I needed. I think we were all kind of, I know Mari came on with her, and so I feel like this is just exactly the vibration we were looking for this evening with this meeting. Any other thoughts?
I can really get into a rampage type of feeling of appreciation with artwork that I really like, whether it's something new or something old. Something new has like that brand new spark to it. Like, I've never heard this before, never seen this before, and I immediately just love it. And with something old, it almost has, I don't know, more energy to it. Like, it'd have to be something I know well, but haven't heard or watched in a long time. Kind of forgot about, like, oh, I forgot how good this was. It could be anything. It could be like food or whatever. Like, I mean, I can just really, the deliciousness of it.
Yeah. It's interesting because I've been finding myself lately connecting with Earth. And I know you guys, well, I'm not sure if everybody knows, I do this thing, Energy Under the Stars. It's a meditation that's done outside once a month. And but I find myself driving, and it's gonna sound really weird, but I pretend that I can touch the trees. And like I can connect, I pretend that I can touch the trees, and I say thank you for that. And when I do that, it just, I mean, I have to make sure I'm focusing on what I'm doing, obviously, because I'm driving, but at the same time, it just helps bring that calmness to me, just a way of kind of being able to connect, even though I'm not actually physically touching them. I believe that there's an exchange of energy there, to connect and to ground. And so that helps me, especially when I'm, just whatever, just thank you, that you're beautiful. The trees are blue, they're turning green and changing, and there's flowers happening. It's great.
I think that's great. I did the same thing this morning. I took 25 items around my home and I just put my hand and said, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Thanks for this picture, this trip, like the meaning behind the picture, the money for the Keurig or the money for this candle. And I don't know, I just felt like today little miracles were happening financially. And I think it's because I was in that state of gratitude.
You were
So,
prepping.
yeah.
You knew the process was coming.
I know I need to do some more so I can get some more money.
For sure.
I did that this morning with a few like small things. Like, I really love my shower. Like, I mean, mine is really good. It has,
Mine too.
I can get it as hot, like, to burn my face off if I
Yeah.
want it, and the pressure, but I don't ever need it that high. But I was like, this one's really great, and I'm so used to it. I'm kind of taking it for granted or getting bored with it. But I'm like, no, mine is so good.
So
Oh,
good. I love that.
Something else that Abraham has taught us is to, if there are 3 things that we could do to start our day, first would be meditation. Second would be a list of positive aspects. And the rampage of appreciation is kind of like a list of positive aspects. So they're kind of interchangeable in this start your day routine. And then the third would be to spend time in nature. So that grounding that you're doing with the trees is also one of those things that they say is really, really important. One of the other things that they suggested too was the focus wheel. That's another really good first thing in the morning. You do your meditation, you're getting yourself in that space, but then once you're there, go ahead and take it a little bit further and do the focus wheel. It's another great way to bring it up.
Oh, that focus wheel. All right, any other thoughts or comments before we close for the evening?
Just one thought. So it sounds like the rampage of appreciation is not, I guess the point of it is to not wait until you're in a low vibration, to kind of avoid going there, kind of, or to, you know, just to lift your vibration up.
I'm sorry, Sonia, did you want to?
I'm sorry,
That's okay. That's okay.
something is choking me.
That's okay. That when you're kind of down in a lower emotional set point, right? I don't know, you don't have the book, so maybe what I'll do real quick, let me see if I can pull up.
Okay, wait, real quick.
Yes.
Remember, I didn't realize this until I looked at it however many months ago and realized that like the processes that have the lower numbers, the ones that at the beginning of the list are the highest
Mhm.
5 ones, like the suggested, how do they say it? The suggested emotional set point range is the highest for the first ones, because it says, say you're feeling positive expectation. Wait, crap, where am I? Where it says to go back. We just read this. It says like pick a process with a higher number if you're feeling like you need to fix a problem. It didn't say that exactly, but something like that. So yeah, what you said, Alice, makes a lot of sense to me. Like this is the one when you're already feeling in a great place. And if you're feeling any resistance while you're doing this, or it doesn't sound like, it doesn't feel like you're being authentic with your appreciation, then go to a different process. Yeah, there you go.
This is a beautiful Sonia expanded version of the processes. But basically, these are the numbers that you're seeing, and the top numbers are like the highest vibration that you could reach, the joy, clarity, knowledge, you know, up at number 1. And so I believe they said, what did they say, between 5 and 1 or between 4 and 1 is when it's best to do this. When you're already vibing high and you want to reach an elevated level of that, then rampage your appreciation. Now, they don't necessarily say that you cannot do it when you're in the lower numbers, but what they said was, if you start trying to do a rampage of appreciation and you're finding that it's bugging you, or you're finding that it's annoying you, or if you're finding that you cannot vibe with it, the idea is that it's difficult to jump from a place way down here all the way to a place way up here. And so the idea when you're way down here and you're angry or you're upset about whatever, then it's better for you to look at the, oh God, and I'm not going to remember the title of the process, but it's the one step at a time. You're just going for that next best feeling emotion, basically, to kind of get you moving up just a little bit. But sometimes, what is it?
Up the emotional scale. It's the last one, 22.
Okay, up the emotional scale. So like, you know, if you're way down here, you may not be able to go directly from anger to optimism, but you might be able to slowly move up. And if you can't get momentum moving up from the bottom, then it is possible that you could bring yourself up into a rampage of appreciation, but you don't want to create more discouraging feelings trying to get there if you're not there. And I think that that's why they say it's better to do it when you're kind of already up in the optimism, so that you can elevate from there. But if you're trying to do a rampage of appreciation and it's feeling discouraging, or it's feeling annoying, or like, you know how it is sometimes when you're down, you don't want to hear all the good stuff, even though it's all the good stuff that would be good for you to hear.
Mhm.
And so you don't want to do that to yourself, because then you're going to just be creating more of that. So and that's kind of where they're at with that. Does that make sense? Okay.
Info.
It's, you know, it's kind of a funny thing that I do if I'm trying to work up the emotional scale. If like I'm really injured and I'm hobbling around, I could barely drive, I'm going to my doctor's appointment, I think, oh my gosh, what can I appreciate about this? And the receptionist says, oh my gosh, you are so lucky. You could have broken your hip. And I think, wow, I'm really lucky. I could have broken my foot. I could have broken my hip. I've got great insurance. And they came to my house. You know, you can start really going, oh my gosh, I really am fortunate, you know, and just find things to appreciate no matter where you're at, you know. I think it's kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah. And sometimes it just takes that one different thought to help you recalibrate how you're feeling about it.
It
Elaine,
also helps to have a list, a handy list. So something that you've worked on when you are feeling good. So that way, if you are in a lower vibration, you can just pull that out and say, okay, maybe I can't think about something off the top of my head, but that's okay because I have my handy dandy list here that always makes me feel good. So you pull that out when you need that pick me up.
Okay. Any other thoughts or ideas before we head out for the evening?
Andy, were you going to say something?
I was gonna say, you reminded me of a story. Yeah.
It's okay.
It's just one of those things, like I think about it now, it's like insane. I don't know, like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I was at this appointment at the shaman's house, and I went to the bathroom and it was dark, and just like, just go this way, and I couldn't see the light, and I tripped and I hit my head on a corner of whatever the hell was in the bathroom. And it was at the time, it was like, oh my God, you know, I had this mark on my head right in the middle. And it's gone. It's completely gone. I haven't looked at it for a long time, but I thought of it a day later or something, like tiny bit this way or that way. It would have, I hit it dead on and stopped. It would have scraped this way or scraped that way. If I'm off by like that much.
It could have been a very different situation.
Yeah, and it's not the mark that was there. I don't even think it was never there for long. I mean, it disappeared because I mean, I took good care of it, put Vaseline on it, but like that's alignment. I was like perfectly aligned with the corner of that wall I couldn't see in the complete darkness.
That is a great way to look at that.
See, that's one of those things on my list or my basket, like Sonny was talking about.
Yeah.
I can remember that. Like, I am so blessed. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I have a great story like that. I went hang gliding, and at the beginning of the lesson, the instructor told us, listen, there's one thing you do not want to do, and that is push your arms straight up, because you never want the nose to go up, because if you do, you lose all the wind underneath and you'll come straight back down. These gliders are made of steel or whatever they were made of. They were really, really, really solid, which means they will not break. You will break first. They won't break, you will break. So whatever you do, don't do this. We were all like, okay, yeah, we won't do that. Well, we'd been going up and down, up and down. There were like 6 of us and they had 2 gliders. So we were just all day taking turns. It was toward the end of the day. Now, mind you, all we had on were bicycle helmets, basically. And that's it. Well, after taking it off and putting it on, taking it off, put it on, they had gotten kind of loose and I didn't realize it. So I jump off the top of the hill and there was just a little bit of momentum there, and it was enough to push my helmet forward. I couldn't see. So I'm like ducking, pushing my head back, trying to get the helmet to go. But every time I did that, I'm pushing up and up and up. And next thing you know, I went straight up and then came straight down. I did exactly what they said not to do, but I couldn't see because my helmet was in front of my face. So I didn't know what was up or down, whatever. And I thought about it. I felt what was happening. And I thought, he did warn us about this. This is going to hurt, isn't it? Well, it should be easy. It'll be over in a moment. And would you believe the glider broke? That glider broke into pieces. I didn't have a scratch. Nothing happened to me at all. I came down over 200 feet, straight down, bam, glider broke.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I'm
And the
stealing.
guy-
That's an amazing story.
That is an amazing story.
You just kept
You
looking
might have
at
really
me.
broken yourself.
Yes, he kept
Oh
looking at me,
my
looking at his
gosh.
glider, looking at me. He's like, that doesn't happen. That's
That
not
can't
supposed to
happen.
happen.
That can't happen. Oh my gosh. Yes, we
Wow.
are really blessed.
Yeah,
An angel on your shoulder.
absolutely.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh,
Oh.
my gosh.
Oh, that's so cool. And that's why I will never be doing that.
It was
You're
the
not
best
right.
though. It was the best. So I had tried jumping out of a plane, with a parachute. And that was cool, but I was like, that wasn't flying, that was falling.
Hmm.
And I thought, you know what I'm missing? It's hang gliding. That's going to be flying. That's why I wanted to do it, because I wanted the sensation of flying. And it was.
Huh.
That was the way to go. You want to fly? Try some hang gliding. It's awesome.
Did you do it after that too? Or
I
was
did
that-
not. I did not, but not because I was afraid to. It was just that was a lesson, and it was.
You got the lesson.
Yeah, it was just a lesson, and there really wasn't any place nearby to actually go hang gliding. This is in New Jersey. We didn't really have mountains.
Oh, I live in New Jersey.
I know. I heard that the last time. Where in Jersey? I was in
In
Mount Laurel.
Bloomfield. Oh, Mount Laurel, that's nice. I'm by Montclair.
Okay.
Yeah, Bloomfield.
Mhm.
Nice.
Small
Well, when
world.
they tell you not to do something, that it's like your unconscious doesn't do a double negative, so it's hearing do that.
Right.
So I want to tell you what to do, but if you say don't do that, I used to work with a friend of mine that did police training, and their training was not to tell the person
Mhm.
don't shoot. You don't shoot, because that all they're gonna, in an emergency, they're gonna hear shoot. So it's like it's better to say, no, you want to point down, not do that. You're gonna break yourself. But you showed what you could do to turn it around. That's a miracle. That is really a miracle.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you did that one really well. I couldn't get myself hurt that bad stepping on something in my garage. I would not attempt to do hang gliding. Good for you.
A lot of the stories of getting hurt are not fun ones.
Yeah.
I have a client that pulled all his tendons and had to have this big surgery, and he was doing it while pulling a blanket. Like they're not fun stories. There's no fun story to go along with that significant injury. I have another
A lot of
client-
lessons though. A lot of lessons.
Yeah. She just stepped off a curb wrong and broke her ankle in like 7 different places. Had to have,
Oh.
yeah. So it's crazy. All right. Well, I think we are all going to have a wonderful next couple of weeks with our rampages of appreciation. So good
Yes.
to be here. I'm hoping if I am not busy and available, I'll try to hop on and participate next time, but Sonia will be facilitating. And if not, I will be excited to come back and share and hear all about chapter 16 and process 11.
11.
On April 11, yeah. Mhm.
Whatever you're doing, I hope you have a good time.
Yeah, be
You
safe.
can jump
No
on-
injuries.
No
I
injuries.
know, right? No,
Hey,
no,
we're all
I'm-
going to be strong, healthy, and safe. It's going to be
Yes.
so fabulous.
Jump on and rampage about your adventure up
Mm,
here
Yeah.
in Northern California.
mhm,
However far that adventure is going, you can rampage about that. Just get on it.
mhm.
Yeah. Yep, I'm going to Mount Shasta. So I've been called to the mountain like some people do.
Mhm.
and
It'll
I'm
be fabulous.
headed
Oh,
on a
wonderful.
journey. So yeah. I'm
Send
expecting,
us back some really good energy.
yeah, absolutely. I will be bringing it with me. That is,
Yeah.
I believe, a part of the reason why I'm headed there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny, I've
Everybody.
had people sharing, like, hey, I saw an Ancient Aliens about Mount Shasta. Here's the episode. And then I watched a lot of on the Gaia network, and there's a gentleman that talks about his experiences and why he ended up at Mount Shasta on Gaia and all kinds of fun stuff. So I've learned so many things I didn't know already before I've even got there, which makes me even way more excited to go.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
Wonderful time.
all
All right,
right.
everybody. Thank you so much. It was
Thank
a
you.
delight.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll
See you
see
next
you guys next time.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yep. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Thank you.